Another wonderful day, babies, beshies, and co-nurses. This is your nurse Sam, all the way from Emerald Isle, Ireland. So let's do a one-on-one interview. I have to share some of my experience, how I apply here in Ireland. Since a lot of you were asking me how did I process my documents, my requirements, how did I apply, how did I find my agencies and the hospital. Since I cannot answer each one of you, I made this video to give you some information on how to do your application. Okay, so disclaimer, I am not an agent. I don't work in any agencies that process the applications. I want to share with you my journey, how I process my RGN here in Ireland. So basically, I'm a Filipino nurse who used to work in Philippines, and I also work in Saudi Arabia. The whole process of my application was from Saudi Arabia directly here in Ireland. So I never went back home. So this is mainly just the experience I had before. It might be subjected to any changes, so I have a list. The first step I did during that time is I secure my English exam. You could have IELTS or OET. If you want to do the IELTS, you should have a minimum score of 7 in each 3 modules and 6.5 in any of the categories. Or if you choose OET, you could have 3 Bs and 1 C+ in any category as well. After you are able to secure your English exam, the next step is to create your NMBI account. Okay? To create your NMBI account, you just go to mynmbi.ie. Okay, I'm gonna put the link somewhere here. After that, you may proceed to collect your documents. Some from your schools, some from the PRC if you are a Filipino nurses, and from your previous hospital experience. For me, I had my passport copy, the information side of the passport where there's your pictures and your data. Certified true copy of it, diploma with certified true copy as well. And we proceed with the school documents. The qualification form can be found in your NMBI account. There's a downloadable PDF there where you can download that form and send it to your dean. This qualification form must be signed by your dean. There's an area there, the division. The division must indicate general nursing, okay? Not Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Proceeding to the school requirements, one of it is from your registrar. Okay, this includes your course, syllabus, and curriculum, and TOR, or transcript of record, as well as your RLE, or related learning experience from your universities. All of these documents, if possible, it must be stamped by one person only. So there will be no question why your documents, your TOR was signed by different person and your qualification was signed by the different person. It happens to me. My qualification form was signed by my dean and my TOR was signed by the registrar from the university. So what I did, the explanation letter indicating that the person in charge for this document are my dean and the person in charge for the TOR are the registrar. So you can make your explanation letter. They're very considerate with this. Let's proceed to the PRC, or the nursing body in Philippines. So the requirements there is the certificate of good standing and a board certificate. The certificate of good standing must indicate on the bottom where NMBI used, okay? The other thing is from your previous work experience. There's another printable documents in your NMBI account to your manager or to the supervisor who are in charge in your department. So they indicated how was my performance when I was working in Philippines. Position, am I a staff nurse 1, 2, 3, and they will print it, make sure there's always a hospital stamp I work as well in Saudi Arabia, which is in King Saud Medical City. I'm so proud of that. Application form to my manager. How long did I work? How many hours? And at the end, they have to write their signature and take note. The position must indicate manager or director of nursing. So after completing those documents, then you're ready to upload your documents to your NMBI account. All of these documents must be scanned clearly. The logos or the stamp must be visible and clear as well. And if there are some stamps that are in Tagalog or Arabic, it must be translated, okay? Make sure that everything is in English. What happens to me is all the documents was secured by my mother from the Philippines. So I just made an authorization letter for my mother to process my documents from school, my documents from PRC, if you're unable to go back home and process your own documents. Once you upload it already in your NMBI account, you have to pay a certain amount of euro. So I forget the exact amount I paid during that time. So wait for your decision letter. You have to wait for your decision letter. Recently, the waiting time for the decision letter took them 4 weeks to finally have the DL. So from decision letter, you could have your credentials approved, like especially if you have masteral, there will be no need for you to undergo further qualification from here. Or the second decision that you could have is your education and your qualification from the Philippines is acceptable. However, you need to do the examinations here. That is my DL during that time, and that is the most common DL for every Filipinos. The decision that you could have is FIR, or further information required. It means that you have to give further information, like some of your documents needs explanation letter, or some of your document missing certain part. When you receive a FIR result, you have to communicate with NMBI through the G3 Reg account from the email, okay? I will put the link somewhere for you to have an access for that. And once you get your decision letter, it's your time now to find your agency. Okay, for me, my agency was CCM. And for you to find your, an agency, you have to submit certain documents or requirements. First, they will ask for your English exam, and they will ask for your decision letter and your resume, okay? Once they review your resume and your requirements, they will subject you for a preliminary interview with their agency, okay? Once you pass the interview, they will look for a certain hospital here in Ireland that are currently hiring. They will make another schedule for you to have your final interview with the hospital director, okay? And once you pass also the second interview from the hospital director, that's the time that you will do the other documents, okay? You to do the score debating, the process of checking your criminal record or any history of offenses that could pose a threat to the vulnerable person, such as the pediatric patients and the older one. So don't you worry guys about this step. It might look a lot, but your agent will help you in each step of this process. They will be reminding you that you have to do this. They will send you the form that you'll be needing. Let's now proceed to the other documents. The hospital will require you to complete your pre-occupational health assessment. OHD officer from the hospital will send you this form in which you have to comply. You have to indicate if you have any conditions or if you have completed your vaccinations. They're very particular with the vaccinations or our childhood vaccinations or even your COVID vaccine. For me, I had a problem providing my vaccinations for my measles. So what I did, I have done a titer test from the hospital in Saudi Arabia, which shows if I am immune or not. And they accepted that. In addition to that, I just make another explanation letter indicating why I don't have the record of my MMR, which is apply for your Atypical working scheme or your working permit. So this AWS was processed by my agent. However, my part there was to comply with providing the documents needed. So mainly, the requirements needed for this AWS or authorization letter, contract, which is signed, and the offer letter as well, your passport, ID or Iqama if you are currently working in Saudi Arabia or in other country like Middle East. They are very meticulous with the assessment here in AWS. So they will really assess your document, check if it is valid or it was purged. So be careful with your documents. Tips I can give to you so that you won't experience the same experience I had before and even my friends had before, like declined AWS. And these are the common reasons. First, they said that some of the documents are not complete, which for my friend. And another one is that the documents provided, the signature was electronically in place. So that is my decision letter, the first decision letter I had. My signature from the offer letter and my contract was electronically in place, which is the one they were doing that you can use your mobile, put your signature, something like that. But I actually print the document and sign it on my own. But still, they recognize it as electronically in place. So my tip for you, when you're writing your authorization letter or even signing your contract and offer letter, always use a blue pen, okay? My second tip regarding the AWS application. When you scan your documents, you have to make sure that the documents scanned are in a PDF form and it should be less than 5 MB only. It should be scanned clearly. They will also check information in the PDF, the time you scanned, and it should be the same. Like they were 2 times there indicated, time scanned and time completed, so it must be the same. So it should not be, the first one was 10:30 and the second time there was 10:35 or 10:10. They will not accept those documents placed or edited, something like that. So that's why it's very important to go to a internet cafe or in a place where you can really give them a clear instruction on how to scan your documents. So that's for your AWS. And after completing all those documents, I sent it to the agent and they're the one processed my AWS. That's the purpose for your authorization letter, that you are allowing them to process and receive your AWS result. And after 4 to 6 weeks of waiting, I received my AWS. So I got AWS was approved. So when you got your AWS, that's the perfect time for you to start your visa processing, okay? So it's like already a go signal for you that Ireland is almost there. So when you receive your AWS, it means you are ready to go. And that's the time for you to process your visa application. For visa applications, you have to follow a certain steps, okay? The first thing you have to do for your visa application is to complete an AVAT form. You can check the AVAT's online application, which is, I'll just put somewhere for the link, which is you can find in visa INIS or inis.gov.ie AVATS online. And once you completed the AVATS application form online, you have to print the application form at the end, or the summary form. The summary form will include your information, your type of visa, your possible or tentative date of entry to Ireland. Once you get your AVATS summary form, then it's time for you to book your VFS appointment. The reason why I told you to do your AVATS, because this AVATS summary form is part of requirements in your VFS, okay? To the online, you just search VFS Global Booking Appointment in, for example, if you're in Riyadh, put Riyadh in Riyadh, or if you're in Philippines, in Philippines. For going to your appointment, make sure clear printed copies of your documents. Together with that are the originals. So this table of contents, I just also got it from Nurse Raymond, from the other YouTubers here in Ireland. Sets of printed copy of your documents and your originals. Right? Because during your BFS screening, visa screening, they will check your original and your photocopy. They will take one copy of your document together with your passport, and the rest of your original documents, keep it with you. Always keep it with you. They will just, you have to wait for 4 weeks to 6 weeks for your visa. I received my visa like exactly 35 days. And when you receive your visa, that's the perfect time for you to book your ticket and prepare your luggage and your tabo. There's no big deal here. So prepare your tabo. So, bonus tips, okay, for your application. Okay, when your decision letter was released and it was indicated that you have to do further nursing evaluation, which is what we called here an RCSI exam, my tips for you guys is, while waiting for your AWS, while waiting for your visas or other pending documents, you must start reading, practicing for your RCSI exam. Your hospital will be the one to decide whether you should go with adaptation with RCSI exam process for you to become an RGN here in Ireland. I can make another video if you want regarding the RCSI exam. How did I prepare? How long did it take me to prepare for RCSI exam? Whom are you have to reach out when you get here to get the support? I can make a separate video for that. But for now, that's all for the how to be a registered nurse here in Ireland. I hope I was able to answer your question, and I hope I did not, mislead you in any ways. If you have any question, you can just send me a message or comment down below on the comment section. I will put the skeletal structure of what I have discussed to you on this video. First, follow me on my YouTube channel, click like and subscribe, and click the bell notification so you'll get updated when I'm uploading a new videos. Okay, see you on my next vlog. Bye!